So we've kind of covered a pretty good selection of where you started with ScreenBeam and the device that you use. We've talked about how you as a teacher are using this with things like the camera and moving around the room. And we've talked about Classroom Commander. We do want to give support also on this call, though, to number one, to HP with some of the stuff that they're doing innovatively, but also what are some of the other tools that you use along with ScreenBeam and your HP devices that help you. So like just your best, let's say your top 2 or 3 apps or tools or websites that you use with your students that make your classroom what it is, or even a makerspace that you're doing in your classroom and how that might be enhanced by this. What are some things that you're doing?
There's a lot of different things that I'm trying to do in my classroom. I try to make my teaching and the learning for my students as authentic as I possibly can. I feel that when things are real for them, that they are more engaged and that they are more interested in things. So I do a lot of different coding things. Microbits are big in my classroom. So just the little microcontrollers. As far as like apps and websites that I use with ScreenBeam as well, I use the Kindle app
Okay.
because we can read off the screen that way, so I don't have to buy multiple copies of a book that way.
Oh, that's cool.
We've used Nearpod, Flipgrid. We've used another one that's called Lifelike, which is kind of like what I was able to do with my 3D or with the Sprouts, but they have all sorts of different 3D models that connect to curriculum, whether you're like dissecting a volcano or looking at how simple machines work. It's really cool that way because it's augmented reality, it's virtual reality, but I can cast it to the screen too. But yeah, like lots of different ideas that we use in the classroom too. So
yeah, and that's those kind of things. I think Lifelike is a good example of their we've partnered with them on a few different things before, but it's got this great augmented reality stuff or mixed reality environment that you can work in, and if you're stuck in one place doing that, it changes the way that you can use it in the classroom. But if you're able to move around and share what that one screen and everybody can see in the front of the room what's going on while you're working with a small group doing that, it does help to, it also helps with management of the classroom, really, I think, because you're not having students get up and, oh, I want to see, I want to see, I want to see. They can all participate, while one student is doing something. And that does, to me, also make a difference in those kind of things. Nearpod is obviously a pretty popular tools. Things like Flipgrid, super popular. Flipgrid is right now. I think today is Student Voice Day. If you look on Twitter, it's hashtag Student Voice Day, which I think is driven by Flipgrid. But that kind of tool, I think ScreenBeam does tie into that, especially if using Classroom Commander, into that story of student voice by allowing them to participate in the classroom with their screens and their devices and share that. And that's why, again, seeing this tool as a monitoring Classroom Commander as a monitoring tool is just altogether wrong, because you don't want your students to feel like I'm being watched all the time. You want your students to feel like I can participate,